Are there two different mutes?
I'm sorry,
Are there two different mutes? Well,
that one's muted, but this is actually where the video and the audio is coming from, so, yeah.
This is turned down, volume's turned down.
Yeah, we're not actually using that as a recording device. So, we have multiple cameras going on, I guess is what I'm saying. This one can zoom in on Tony's face. I bet. Thumb Russell. So I did forget the federal holiday, whether or not you wanted to amend the 2025 holiday schedule to include Friday as a paid day off.
Thoughts?
I'm supportive of following President Trump's lead on that. That's this.
I think we have plenty of holidays. Being the end of the year, there might be people that have business that needs to be done. Merry Christmas, though. I'm a firm believer of that.
Figured as much. The only comment I would make, I mean, we probably have how many people that would take that day off. Anyway, I mean, it's.
I mean, I think you're gonna have a fair number of people taking the day off. I have not heard of any other department or offices, elected officials that are closing. I think they're waiting to take your lead. Now, if if we work as normal, they still have the ability to close their office. Whether they will or not, I don't know.
I follow your lead. You guys leave the courthouse, we close it. If not, we're here.
Yeah,
Of course, our staff's here 24/7 anyways, so they're gonna work in.
the last time I checked, the state of Ohio was not recognizing it. But the federal government is.
I think it's office by office at the state level.
Is it?
Yeah, I think the Secretary of State is closing.
Yeah.
I don't know, office by office, but
Yeah, I checked the state of Ohio's, just their website landing page and just has the Christmas Day.
I can get the opposition from my staff, really.
what's that?
So you get no opposition from my staff.
Does say please contact the appropriate agency for more information, so.
I know that the Secretary of State at least is closed, I don't know. I'll make a motion on that. Are we waiting for a resolution? Is Rhonda doing that?
We'll have it later to sign if you choose to.
Yeah, it'll be on record today.
She's making it right now.
Okay, so I'll make the motion that the county offices will be closed on December 26th in accordance with the declared federal holiday.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus,
No.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
Now, that's all the business I have. Thank you. And I'm sure people will, staff will be appreciative of that expedite.
The people that were planning to be here, you know, Friday.
I want to make sure we have the 5 minute votes. It's like, we need to probably do something.
I might just leave. Amy, if you would please.
This is from last week. It was approved last week. And I'm not gonna have to read it because it was approved last week. It's the ditch petition. A resolution approving the payment of invoices for the Madison County Auditor.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations for the 2024 CDBG allocation program.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations for the 2024 CDBG allocation program.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations and amending the budget for the federal block grant fund, Fund 259.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations and amending the budget for Fund 2326 for the Mid-Ohio Water and Sewer District construction grant to reflect grant pass-through activity.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations and amending the budget for the RPIG grant fund.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution honoring the life and service of Lieutenant Ryan White of the Madison County Sheriff's Office and authorizing the sale of his duty firearm to his family for the sum of $1.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations for the law library of the ERS expense line.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution increasing appropriations for the Madison County Airport.
It's decreasing, is it?
Oh, sorry, decrease appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
A resolution approving adjustments to the 2025 gas tax budget.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Dr. Sneakus.
Yes.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, a little bit of extra time until our next appointment at 9:10. Folks in the back, did you have some business today?
We do.
Questions, concerns, comments?
Yeah, so that's,
You're not till 9:25, so we got to be on the schedule for later. Never mind. We'll wait until 9:25. Now that I see you, yeah, Tom, you look familiar.
It's okay.
I mean, you want to go ahead and move forward with Tom and,
Well, we could do the 9:10 first. You might as well tackle that one now, since Susan is out.
but I think Susan was expecting Dan Brown.
So expecting more people.
Facility.
Okay, then yeah, Tom, if you're ready, let's do it.
Sure. Last time we met, I was on Rob's naughty list. And,
We'll do recall.
yes, we all did. I took him seriously and, now he's in 23. And, his goal and my goal was to make sure that we got as efficient as we could with what was going on in the building. We, in the fall of 23, we made a decision, invested a substantial amount of money in, again, different cloud-based software to help our process. And it was implemented in April of 24, the new software was, and successfully. And we've gotten much, much better. Rob and I discussed a few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of having lunch with them. And I think for the record, it's really important, is that after that day we met a few years back, he did tell me that he didn't have any complaints about me, and he gave me kudos, so I need that on the record.
I will
That
confirm.
that
Confirm that.
that he and I got back to where we needed to be. Statistically, we can break the records down by county, by jurisdiction with the new software. We can do a lot of things with it. It's made us much more efficient. In the year of 23, just with the new software, 4,855 inspections were performed without increasing staff because of the software. In 24, we went to 6,500 inspections that year. At the end of November, our department has successfully completed 8,500 inspections this year, and that's capacity. We can't do any more, just for the record. We used to do about 1,100 permits countywide. We're up to 2,715 in November. So the software, and in his encouragement of us making a change and getting where we need to be, has helped us be able to do that, be more efficient. I appreciate his comment about complaints, however, they still come. We still have folks that don't have the internet, don't have a computer, and don't have the ability to do that. However, at the West Jeff office, we have a kiosk in the lobby. And I brought the complaint department with me, and she helps those people every day, and that's why I brought her. She's very key in making sure that no matter if they have the resources or not, she helps them get their permits and gets them going. So we've come a long way. That's not to say we don't have a long way to go. I believe we can be much more efficient than what we are. We're going to figure out how to do that and get there. We are far ahead of many departments in the Columbus market. They're still using paper. We are not. We are totally digital, and it gets better all the time. Now, the best news to all of this is in about a week and a half, your zoning department will be part of that portal system and will be digital. I expect that's going to come with a few bumps in the road and a little pain. We've already started. I meet with them regularly. They're our colleagues, they're our teammates. We talk to them all the time, but we have started training them. So they'll be trained on the software so they can help. And then Chris will come over to the office here if she needs to help those folks navigate the system. But your zoning process is going to be much more streamlined for 2026, where we'll be live in about a week or a week and a half. Is that right? So we've been working all year with the software companies to get just the county zoning to have its own place on the portal. So, we have a lot of statistics. We keep new homes. That's real important to some people. How many new houses did we build in the county last year? We know we have that. If you ever want that information, you want it breakthrough, let us know that. We can break it down. We can break it down by jurisdiction. We can tell you where the development is. We can tell you what's going on. Those permits and those inspection totals I gave you, those are commercial. I break it down to residential, but we put it all together because at the end of the day, that's what we have to deal with. So. When I say we're at capacity, we've put capacity out for employment, and It's not easy. It's not only finding folks, it's finding certain folks that are qualified. And it's just not an easy task. So, we're doing our best to keep up, best way to know how, but Christie cleared her inbox the other day, and 2 days later, she had 99 submissions of people needing to do things. That makes it hard for us to navigate software, but the software has been, very successful. Get a chance, let Mayor Foster, Mayor Martin know you appreciate the support as you guys as well, because without that, we wouldn't be able to do it. So, and again, in the last 5-6 years, we've really made a lot of progress.
Very good. Well, we
My
appreciate
goal is just to get on the other list.
Well, appreciate that update. Yeah,
And
thank
get
you.
my Powerball numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I can add, the relationship between the county and West Jefferson and this, shared services program that we've put together over the years with the City of London and Mount Sterling and
Plain City.
in Plain City has worked out extremely well. And I'll also make the comment that I've received one unfounded complaint this year. So I think that speaks volumes.
We appreciate your efforts. Thank
And,
you.
and you're right. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad about you guys other than the fact that some people just can't use the computer to. That was it.
In Christie and I's daily world, that remains number one. There's still a substantial amount of people who, and they also are not ready to take the time to make the transition. The patience level to say, again, there's many jurisdictions in the Columbus market who are not there. And it's because their constituents have said, we don't want to do that. But I've showed you statistically by numbers, we wouldn't be able to handle the volume of development we've had in the county if we didn't have that kind of process. And again, and then the other complaint, it hasn't been totally roses. The other complaint is you receive those submissions and people they're used to bringing in their napkin and walking out with a permit. Now they go through the electronic process and sometimes, the state has a time frame on me to get that back to them, and it's been difficult. When you get that kind of volume and or the information they're providing us is not sufficient, they're not understanding that part. It's been hard to get back, but, again, we have a lot of progress we can make, but from the last time I saw you, we've come a long way.
Good.
If someone says internet is an impediment, do they have any recourse? I mean, what do they do in that case? They just have to find someone to figure it out? I mean.
We offer up the libraries because they have that assistance, but I will tell you that the majority of them, bless themselves in her presence. They call and make an appointment and we created a separate kiosk system at the office. And she'll stand there and she gets them a password and she gets them a login, and then they'll come back into the office and do their business. They go out of their way, but we do whatever we can to help them. The one thing we cannot do today is we can't go backwards. We cannot issue a paper permit. We don't even have the capability of doing that. So it has to be electronic, and we just do the best we can with them to assure that we'll take care of them. It's just the way we do it, but there's still a majority of people in the entire county, doesn't matter municipal or county, that just aren't interested. And some of them, now they'll carry a smartphone, but the smartphone version of our software versus the tablet versus the desktop, it's all different. So as you go down to the smartphone, it gets very challenging, and that's where they get frustrated, because that's the only device they really have. So, it's taught us a lot. And again, she's the complaint department. I let her take care of all of it. So she does a fantastic job. You can't process 3,000 permits a year and navigate, very cantankerous inspectors and a boss on 8,500 inspections without having somebody that's got a tremendous amount of patience, and she does. So that's why I brought her today. I want you guys to see her name to a face that it doesn't matter where you call in this county. She doesn't. I wish Mayor Mark was here because he knows, we don't highlight, we work with everybody. We're everybody, we belong to everyone. So, and we make sure we do it that way.
We appreciate that. Thank you both for your work. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
hope to keep it that way and get better.
Very good. Thank you. Appreciate you being here.
And I appreciate Rob, it was hard on him, but the way he looked at me that day and he said, I think we're doing all right.
How many new homes have we built in 2025?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. At the end of November, 364 total countywide includes municipal. 2020, end of November 25 was 364, end of 2024, end of December was 405. And 2023, by the new software, was 269. We think that number was closer to 400 because we had to build cloud-based software that we left. So, so we've been pretty steady. And you know, this inspection is a little bit misleading. Don't be totally misled by that. When we say 8,500, some houses are 11, 12. One house is 11, 12 inspections, and some of those inspections are all done 4 times. But we have to count them because the state requires us to. But when you listen to that number, you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
where's Superman? But it's really multiple inspections at one time.
So even though the number of houses went down from 24 to 25, the higher inspections was attributed to what? Just more houses that require more inspections?
25 numbers only through November. We're not through December yet. We don't have that number. So from 364 to 405, will there be another 36, 40 houses? It might be close because I processed 8 houses yesterday, and right now December's a little more difficult or challenging on us because all the builders are trying to close before December 31. So that phone call's coming. What do we have to do? What days are you guys working? Your building department's working Friday?
Yeah.
We don't have any choice.
Okay.
We have to.
What percentage of those homes are like in a municipality?
I have the numbers here. I can tell you that the largest percentage of the largest percentage of homes are coming from Plain City.
Right, I figured so.
London runs a close second. And again, I wish Mayor Barton was here because he had to build a house in 3 years. And we valued that. We remind him of that. Mount Sterling, I built 2 houses each of the last 2 years. So the rest of it's in the county. County's running about 80.
So on the inspections, even if the number of builds caught up to last year, we're still 2,000 inspections ahead of last year. What do you attribute that to? Would that-
Commercial.
Oh, commercial, okay.
Commercial is still very active. Our phone is still ringing with development. We have a couple Zoom calls next week into the new year. There's a couple large things coming. There's things, you know, Chrissy and I rarely are asked to sign NDAs, but we're required in meetings and told, you know, so I have to be cautious about saying that publicly about what's coming because to us, nothing's for sure until they go in the portal and apply. When they do that, all bets are off with public information. But will they really come? So many things at the national level affect what we're doing. So we see how we ebb and flow of whether or not they come to fruition. But it appears January, February, March is going to be the commercial.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I don't know if you've had a chance to meet Savannah, but this is our new economic development director that I was telling you about at lunch. So she's,
Should probably meet. Chrissy's got a lot of secrets. Yeah.
Send you an email maybe at the beginning of the year, so you can get the end of the year.
Send an email with her, please.
Yeah, we'll do. Nice to meet you guys.
And thanks for your support.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate all the work you've done. Thank you.
We spent last year and a half putting the airport back together and we're grateful that it's where it is and a lot of good things that happened over there. So
Keep up the good work. Thank you both.
appreciate it.
All right. Susan, Dan?
You want us to come up or we just?
Yeah, you can come up.
You have to have Swaney move.
Yeah.
Many can leave.
Savannah said, I'm
Oh,
not.
wait, no.
Oh, Deuce,
No, I'm good.
John,
Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Deuce.
You're fine.
Yeah, why don't you, just sit right there, John. John. There. Oh, you're going back? I guess it takes.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How are you?
Thanks for seeing us today. We did, as you remember, you appointed our ADA committee, gosh, I remember when it was, October, whenever it was. We held our first meeting on November the 18th. Amy just handed you down the meeting minutes from the meeting. I just wanted to go over those briefly. Under number one, each of us, each department head reviewed the ADA assessment that you guys had done in 2023. I think it was very eye-opening to different department heads. Would you agree to see their building looked at that way? So that I thought that was good. Many did note that many of the items had already been completed by Dan and his maintenance group, which was great. And to further on that point, I had Dan pull from everything that we had done since the middle of 23 after the assessment was done. And in 2.5 years, the commissioners have spent $336,000 on ADA related items to make the county more accessible. I wanted to applaud you guys for that. That's fantastic. That averages about $135,000 a year that you've been spending to make the county more accessible for folks.
And a significant number has been set aside for 2026.
Correct. And, but I mean, it's truly, and as the different department heads went through the assessment, they said, oh, that's fixed. Oh, that's already been fixed. That's done. You know, so it was great to hear. We agreed as a group that the ADA assessment would be easier to follow if we put it in some form of an Excel spreadsheet to where we could color code things to, you know, these are things that could never be fixed and that kind of stuff, or, you know, low hanging fruit, those kind of things, and prioritize. So we're in the process now, and it's a lot of information to put it into some form of an Excel spreadsheet to where each site has its own tab at the bottom. And then so we have a master, and then the electronic format will be sent to each, you know, building rep, so to speak, so they can know, and then we can color code it and mark it off when it's done, and different things like that. So, under number two, which was one of my high points, was we discussed how to handle those served at each site when it comes to day-to-day accommodations. The accommodations would be on a case-by-case basis, and each site would work to resolve any reasonable request before involving the ADA coordinator, which is in our policy, in the commissioner's policy. And for example, if someone needs a hard chair due to a back or other type of injury to sit in for a meeting, the site would provide that hard chair. That wouldn't involve the ADA coordinator at all. The ADA coordinator would get involved if efforts to help you, the person you're serving, were unsuccessful. Number three, you know, I've already talked about the commissioners have been working since the assessment was done, authorizing paying for many repairs and upgrades. Dan had already gathered it, which is all here in this folder. We will prioritize the remaining areas of concern from the assessment and establish a reasonable timeline to make Madison County as accessible as possible. Dan has also begun the process of getting quotes for new entry doors for most of the county sites. Many of them, including myself, have old doors that, you know, are original, you know, and different things like that. So that's definitely something. But it was a very productive meeting. I think everyone enjoyed looking at their building through a different lens. And when you look at it through the ADA lens, it is a different lens. The other thing too, I wanted to make you aware, which I'm sure you knew, when we received some ARPA funding back in 2024, there were 50, you know, at the 37 50 different sites throughout the city of London where the curbs were made wheelchair accessible throughout the, you know, throughout the community. So there was another 50 that doesn't fall into this ADA committee, but is also something we've done to make Madison County more accessible. And that was all through ARPA money. So it wasn't anything that cost the county. But I wanted to go back to the amount. It's been 2.5 years since the assessment was done, and to spend almost $350,000. I want to say thank you to you guys, because so oftentimes, you know, it's stated that nothing gets done or we don't, aren't moving forward, but that proves there's been a lot done. And so I wanted to thank you guys for that.
That assessment alone was, I think, close to 50, so
And that's not included in
that's
here.
not included.
No, that's not included in this. This is the actual invoices, actual work done. So, we still have a lot to do. Our next meeting's in February, and then I'll come back again after the February meeting, give you another update on, what we've come up with, more updates on what Dan and his group have completed. But, him and his staff are, absolutely the reason it gets done. And, but no, that's really all I have, just a brief update, and you have copy of the, meeting minutes, you can put into the minutes. And so if anyone, wants to ask for it, it's there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all your work, both you and Dan. Appreciate you both taking the lead on this, making progress. Gentlemen, any questions, comments, concerns?
Can I keep on this matter?
Sure, go ahead, sir.
Very good. My name's Joe Myers, and believe it or not, I'm handicapped. And I'm here to tell you that that's a lot of bull that they're putting out. I get from county employees, I got from Dave Hughes for years, that if he caught me with a lawnmower in my barn, I'd lose my CAUV tax. I go to the municipal court. I know it looks goofy, huh? I go to municipal court and the clerk says they don't have any public restrooms because restrooms are behind locked doors. And it gets worse. There's no real quality of workmanship here, and talking about a assessment they had done 2 years ago. Well, by golly, you had ADA, a federal law, in 1990. Then it came back with the other Bush, strengthened it in 2008. And we're told to give us time. And I believe, sir, at one time you told me to give you a list. Not my job to make a list, but I would like to share this with you. It's some pictures I have of Madison County. I've talked to people at the Treasury, the Justice Department about ADA, and Madison County refused to mediate. Talked to people at Ohio Disability, and Madison County refused to mediate with them.
Do you have some proof of that in the form of a letter or anything, sir?
That they were, I do from the, Department of Justice, yes, I do.
Okay, that would be nice to see.
And, I would, I would like to pass this over to you, sir, packet. And the first page is some pictures there. And the first one is a picture of how they patch things in quality in London, in Madison County. Then you look at the next one, we're talking about handicap accessibility. There's a courthouse over there in Madison County Municipal Court, new building, 10 years old. They don't have any seats in there. Look at the people standing there in there, that's proof. I had to stand up before I got this. There are 2 people in wheelchairs, or two people with one leg each that have to stand because there's no seats over there at Madison County Municipal Court. And one of the commissioners before you and you 3 said they took a bench over there and judge made them take it out. Another commissioner said all the judge has to do is sign the order and he's got seats. But we don't have any seats, and we're talking about all this money we're spending. Why don't we have any seats to sit in municipal court? I got locked in the bathroom in their municipal court. ADA says that the doors and the restroom open outward. They don't. had to have deputies come in there to get me out. 3 of them up here to get me out of the restroom, get the scooter out. Got a deputy down there that opens the door because the doors are incorrect. And somebody planned it. And I get hit every time I go through there, unless he comes down and opens the door for me. This is not handicap accessible, and they could say they blow all kinds of money. And I asked the lady what her job description was, never found out what the job description for ADA coordinator was. And I
The lady he's referring to is me, and there is no job description. Hello, Mr. Myers, I've never met you before. But no, I do not have a job description for the ADA. As you guys can attest, I was appointed by you guys, and there is no job description, sir. So it is not.
well,
a fault.
shame on the county if they've got a job with no job description. You know, that makes no sense to have a job with no description. And what are you gonna do? Yeah, how much does it take or what does it take? Because sometimes things happen. And they gotta happen sooner or later. Madison County has to catch up with time.
Mr. Myers, you know, we've been very diligent in trying to fix things in this old courthouse, okay? We want it to be accessible to every person in the county. We are trying very hard to do that. I'm sorry that you're handicapped. Okay, I really am. All of us have a handicap, maybe some of us don't show it. But you're the only one that comes in here and complains. I have not heard of anyone else in the past 7 years that I've been commissioner to come in here and tell us that our facilities are not appropriate. You have a lot of information here. We appreciate you. And keep bringing it. But you're the only one that comes in here.
I don't doubt that, sir. And.
But don't say that we're not trying, because that is wrong.
What I see that.
That's a wrong statement.
Well, daggone it then.
You know, we are trying as hard as we can to make this old building that's over 100 years old handicap accessible. I do not know what's going on in the courthouse across the street. You would have to talk to the judge about that. That's the best I can tell you.
To talk to the judge, is that the judge's property or is it?
It is the Madison County property.
Okay.
He is in charge of that building.
Then.
And he has the power, I believe, to do as he pleases in that building. So if you have complaints, I would highly recommend that you make an appointment with him. He's a very nice man. And you can have a big chat with him. Highly, highly recommend that for you.
Well, thank you for your recommendation, and I'm glad that I'm the only one that comes here to see.
I am glad too.
You know, the fact of the matter is that most people in this community are related to somebody, or they work with somebody, or their family does, and they don't want to make waves.
I am not related to anybody other than my immediate family in this county.
Okay, and the fact.
And same for him.
And the fact is, though, if Madison County Municipal Court, if Madison County Building, if they go through and they redid a sidewalk out here and they don't make the sidewalk big enough, or if they put in another door and it's a trap, that's not doing as much as we can. That's not trying. Nobody else has any idea, and probably going through that door, but I've showed you in there. I go elsewhere and they've got all the buttons up there marked. They don't have marks down there. They got some of them over here and some of them over here.
Dan, can you mark those buttons for us, please?
Yes, I will.
And I don't want just a sticky note. I want an engraved plaque that's adhered to the wall so no one can take it down.
Well, there's a picture in here of how other people have.
Thank you.
know,
I've seen it.
And
Because the button thing has been an issue for a long time.
Well,
The button has a picture of a ADA indicating it is an ADA open.
which door does it open?
And we should make it in brick.
Actually, in the courthouse, you push the button, it opens both doors. That has been all remodeled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Should have looked.
Well, the other court only has one door.
I'm talking about this,
Why does it have two?
why does this courthouse have two doors?
Yeah.
To eliminate the freezing cold weather wind tunnel that blows through there when there's only one door.
Then why don't they put two on the north side of the building?
And that's a security question. Ask the sheriff, he's sitting right back there.
Yeah. Well,
You need to ask him, he's right there.
everybody points fingers at somebody else. This is not
Everybody has different roles and
It's
responsibilities.
cold that they're updating the building and then turn around and say, well, ask somebody else. And
The sheriff is in charge of security.
He can't answer for the security of this courthouse, I can answer for the security of the courthouse. And that is done for the security of the staff and the board within this courthouse. If the building wasn't built 100 years ago, and we had a better way to ingress and egress out of here, then we would make that determination at that point in time. Unfortunately, the way that the courthouse is built, that is our entrance and exit for now.
why is it that the security checkpoint at Madison County Municipal Court is way down inside the building and not front like everyone else?
Because the courtroom over there is controlled by the judge. The building is the county's. The judge controls the courtroom and the hallways leading up to it. That's why there's not a public restroom. There's a court restroom over there.
There's not a public restroom?
It's once you get inside the court. When you go in the hallways out there, there's not a public restroom in that waiting area.
That sounds a little bit outdated, that there's a building built and it's a public building and there's not a public restroom inside.
It's for members who go to the court when the court is open. Other than that, there's not public offices in that building other than the courtroom.
You go to the clerk's office, that's public. But if you go to the restroom, you have to go to the restroom.
I have been in municipal court many times working with folks that we serve, and all you have to do is ask the guy, can I use the restroom? And he takes you right through and takes you to the restroom. I've seen it 100 times.
It's a security issue.
Correct.
If he's there. And a lot of times he's not been there, I've been told.
That's not been my experience. He's always been there when I've been in.
Okay, well, you probably carry a little more weight around here.
The goalpost keeps moving. So, is there any more questions for me?
Absolutely not. I think you're doing a great job, Dan. You're doing a great job. Continue, please, and please put those stickers on that door.
Absolutely.
I've got one question and finishing up, are the ADA meetings public?
Per our prosecuting attorney, they are not a public body, but any of the notes and the minutes, as they've just been turned into the commissioners, will become public record.
So meetings are not public.
Correct.
I find that hard to believe that
Copy of the minutes.
you can take and separate things that say that public employees are having a meeting, but it's not public. Is that?
Those are the meeting minutes, so you can have the meeting minutes for your review. But not every meeting, the internal meeting is a public meeting, and they're not a public body, it's a committee an ad hoc committee that we created.
Excuse me, I think it was Ohio revised code.
According to our prosecutor, it does. Do you have any other questions? So we'll hand this off to them. They'll have this, report that you put together. Maybe they can address some of those issues, concerns that you have. We'll take.
I was on grand jury. And there was a witness that was there testifying, she wasn't for.
Okay, well, that's an issue you have to take up with the courts. Like you said, we appreciate you being here today.
Well, put him on the,
I don't like to do any other ADA meeting. And
We'll give you updates on the progress that they're making and the meeting minutes, we'll be sure you get a copy.
well, I'm living the updates that are not being made.
Very good.
So that's what happens when Judge before he moves on or retires, or who's in charge of going in.
Whoever the new judge is.
Okay. Well, I can take that out and. Use it, it's 2025, and we have some back. We don't have room in here, we don't make room in here for handicaps.
Constraints of an old courthouse.
Well, that's not really a thing. It was all an old house that gets. What, they're all still wrong. I've got a. I thought, does that mean I don't have to abide by the laws? It seems a little bit unusual, man. And yeah, I mean, I'm the guy that does everything. But it doesn't make it right. And it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, and we'll continue the work we're doing, and we appreciate your concerns, as always.
It's always a good. You too, young man. Did everybody get a roast beef for Christmas?
No, are you offering?
I'm gonna shoot one tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot one tonight. We're gonna have roast beef.
I'm happy to share any of all of the emails with the entities that he brought up as far as mediation goes, that basically found no substance.
We know that.
So,
Susan said she would share the Excel. Yes, she sent it to you if you could forward that.
I will.
When they get it made,
When they get it.
yeah, with a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I think those are internal, but they were.
Well, that's from experience because we've dealt with it for a long time.
I remember it last year.
It's,
It's a hell of a Christmas.
he was gonna file charges against the door.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, door, the door was so good.
For
Flying, that was shot.
well, that was an additional state.
He was gonna charge Chuck and the door with this.
I watched him ram Chuck with his scooter down there. I'm like,
Thanks to me right in the foot.
you know,
Surprised you didn't hurt it.
you know, Chuck just took it, I'm just like,
Chuck's at the stage.
yes. And that is one guy that I'm glad we have a security checkpoint in place. So I appreciate that as an employee.
I appreciate what Chuck does.
Yeah.
He was well. Don't tell him that, I think he's a big head.
And Myron, you know the front door is this one, right?
What's that?
The front door of the courthouse is this one.
Should be, yeah, should be.
I mean, it was.
It was, yeah,
How do you make that ADA compliant?
right.
When you got steps and you got more
Yeah,
steps?
you can't.
unless you do an addition and then all of a sudden you have like an aneurysm outside.
And there'll be a time, and hopefully there'll be a time when there is a new building in front of this one, and there is a door that's appropriate for right now.
It is what it
And
is.
anybody, just for the recording, anybody that needs assistance, all they have to do is call, and they'll get whatever they need.
Should have,
It is.
I trust you.
And we have the ability to service an ADA, a member from the public at another location that is ADA compliant. So it's like, as long as we can provide the service that they need, it doesn't have to be in your ground.
That's true.
You could have met him at another location, treasurer can meet him at another location, auditor that is more.
Yeah.
Sufficient. And
I used to put ADA signs up at every door. Everything. Used to be a job I had when I was at the state. Could go out and put braille.
yeah, we put up a bunch of braille stuff. Yeah, we had replaced the drinking fountains.
Yeah.
Because you have to have some at a certain level for people that are blind and have the canes. Something that they're able to fit with it, to know that drinking fountains are. So we've made a ton of repairs and adjustments. They're just not all wheelchair stuff, you know, or scooter type stuff, so.
Yeah, there are a lot of different type of handicapped people.
Yeah, it was quite eye.
Everybody has a handicap.
My wife did tell you a few of mine.
When can I meet her?
Next meeting.
Bring her on in, Mark.
Do you guys have anything of concern that I should take to the top trustees?
I don't.
Jeff?
Not at this point.
Okay. Want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
And do you?
Thank you.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
I hope you have Friday off.
What's
I
that?
hope you have Friday off.
Yeah.
Should say that for the record. I'll be working tomorrow, I'll be working Friday, I'll be working Saturday.
You working Christmas?
Just get that.
Are you working Christmas Day?
That's the only day I'm not.
Well, that's a concern. Because I don't think they're very dedicated there.
I'm the most dedicated
Chris, take time for you.
of all times.
I
Nobody can be dedicated. than us.
move to adjourn.
Oh, actually,
Let's go short.
9:47.
Oh, got it. 9:40.
It's the same.
Take my staff along. John, you take care.
Yeah,
Where are you going, John?
I'm gonna take them down coming.
No,
They're one meal a year, I mean,
I'm what, breakfast buffet.
be a good one. Merry Christmas.
Take care of
Yes,
your
okay.
Have a meeting with the, Jefferson local school district, new superintendent, Savannah, and I do it, what, one time, at 1 o'clock?
We'll see you.
2 o'clock?
Who is it?
The lady.
Maybe. I'm sure what her name was, well, they said that. Jessica Mamus? Mamius?
Is courthouse closed on New Year's Eve?
No.
It's not on New Year's.
Not yet.
We can't, the treasurer's.
It was there for a number of years, but he ripped that away. I mean, he decided to drag that in longer.
I thought it could just, they can come off, I thought it's all Sunday, closed at noon, or New Year's Eve.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that one I don't understand. There's no parties, there's no get togethers. I mean, it's all in the evening. If you're gonna do something on New Year's Eve, I don't understand the.
They offer to
the thing
do
on New Year's.
this stuff. Yeah, most everything you do is in the evening, right?
Yeah.
That's what we need to laugh.
You don't have to go home for that.
No, it's back to the bed, is it?
I would need enough. But then I won't.
Carolyn around each office,
We should. I agree.
commissioners,
We should.
carolers, come up with a snazzy name.
And tell me how Friday off.
Actually, you bring good things.
Go ahead, Kathy P. write us a phone real quick about having Friday off.
How's your singing voice?
Immaculate.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I would say, should not have that. I would say strong to quite strong.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the best.
Then he can sing in
You're not using my name in there.
Greece.
I don't use your name and name. That's the only way I'd use your name.
Sing us a Greek Christmas carol.
Christos United, man.
Louder for the ones in the back.
It's a song of Christ is born today. Yeah, a couple days from now. There's a lot of them.
How do you say Christ in Greek?
Yeah. Is that where,
Christ in Greek.
Christos.
Okay, I guess I have.
is that where you get on Christmas morning an orange in your shoe or something like
Who
that?
does?
James.
I usually get a lump of coal,
Yeah.
because I think the whole Christmas thing is over.
Ever
Things
done?
that, yeah, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be about presents.
I agree.
Presents?
Gotta
Done.
eat stuff.
Supposed to be receiving our
Shut it
state.
off at your house.
not present.
Presents, if you spell it with a C, easily, take the T out.
Just me, I normally read, that's
I'm
fine,
gonna call you Scrooge.
necessarily, right?
Scrooge.
That's wrong.
We are joking.
Second.
It hurts.
Christy, you missed the memo where they were all talking about you had to go over your hill.
I know.
But
Well, we.
It's just-
Long invitation.
At least New York will celebrate
I mean, they
Ramadan
got you.
this time.